In this example 3, we're going to look for the factors of a simple trinomial again, y squared plus 5y minus 24. So, once more, start off with 2 parentheses back to back. Now, this time the variable is y, so we're going to put a y in the front of each parentheses, inside the left-hand side of each parentheses. So, then we look for the factors of 24. Okay, now it says minus 24, but we're only interested in the number right now. We deal with the signs separately. So let's look for the factors of 24. There's quite a few of these. There's 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Now, this time, and this is important, this is the first of these that we met, this time the final sign is a minus, which means we want our 2 factors to subtract. So we subtract the factors, and what we want to get, we still want to get the number in the middle, and the number in the middle here is 5. So we won't have to subtract a pair of factors to give us 5. Now 1 from 24 isn't going to give you 5. 2 from 12 is 10. 3 from 8 though. 3 from 8 gives you 5. Okay, so if you subtract here, you'll get 5. So they're the right factors. Again, we're sort of getting the habit here of putting the big number in the first parentheses. It's not something that we have to do all the time. It doesn't really matter where you put them. But if you get in the habit of doing something, then it's probably good. So you can put the 8 into the first parentheses, the 3 into the second parentheses. Now, something else we should be sort of familiar with and find pretty easy at this point is that the first sign in the expression always goes in front of the big number. Okay, so the first sign, in other words, in the middle of the expression, goes in front of the big number. So in this case it's a plus, so put a plus with the 8. Now, there is something different this time, and that we're now looking at a minus sign in front of the last number in the original expression. So if there's a minus at the end of the expression, if the last sign in the expression is a minus, that means that the signs inside parentheses must be different from one another. The signs inside parentheses must be different from one another. Okay? Must be different from each other. So you look at which one you put in the first parentheses already. So you put a plus into the first one already. And then this rule that we just looked at said the signs inside parentheses have to be different from one another. So if there was a plus in the first one, there now needs to be a minus one in here. Okay, so it just depends on what you put in the first one. And then it tells you the last sign in the question, tells you whether the signs inside parentheses should be the same or different. In this case, they're going to be different. And therefore, your answer, the factors, are y plus 8 and y minus 3. Now remember, if you use FOIL, or if you multiply this by distribution, you'll have to get the expression y squared plus 5y minus 24, and if you do get that, it proves that these are the correct factors. I'll leave you to do that, so if you want to expand this out using FOIL or distribution, just to make sure that you get the original expression, and that will confirm that these are the right factors. Okay, thank you. You've got a good grasp of them now, and the more practice you get with these, the faster you'll get. But at the start, when you're doing these originally for the first time, just be slow, follow all the rules sequentially and logically, and don't rush. Okay, good luck.